Very nearly about something. This is the brand new channel introductory overview video. The thing that you'll see if you haven't subscribed, and it's the video anyway. You know how it works. So this channel in different names. So it's now called Very Nearly About Something. Previously it was called Very Nearly About Sailing, and then before that it was just about sailing. Reasons, I'll go into the reasons for the channel changes in a minute, but it's been going for about 10 years. I try and get out a video a month. Sometimes actually it's more than one video a month. So there's nearly 170 videos on this channel now. And I certainly don't want you to have to go through the hassle of reviewing all of that. If you, you can if you want. What I will be doing is I'm going to put them into more sensible playlists. So if you just want to see actual sailing, there'll be a sailing playlist. If you just want to see boat DIY, there'll be boat DIY. If you just want to see woodworking, there'll just be woodworking. If you want to see just motorcycle camping, there'll just be motorcycle camping playlists. So I've kind of given away what this channel is all about. And part of the reason for all the changes is originally it was just about sailing, as in I'm only just sailing. I spent 5 years living on my boat, getting it ready to go on big voyages, saving up a lot of money, and then my health deteriorated. About the time that the boat came out of the water, or just after the boat came out of the water, to do a lot of work. That work still hasn't finished because I was completely debilitated, couldn't work and so on for a very long time. This is not a downer, because last year my health improved through having a clinical procedure which wasn't kind of anything to do with what the problem was, but it seems to have sorted things out. You know, a little bit like when your engine isn't working, so you hit it with a hammer and then all of a sudden it works. You think, oh, this is great, but why? So the last 12 months have been spent feeling a lot better, and so I'm kind of trying to get back up. The next while will be about getting better and having adventures, and most of those adventures, well, anyway, there's going to be sailing, and there's going to be motorcycle camping, there's going to be woodwork, there's going to be boat DIY, there's going to be hopefully my daughter Lucy helping me with a bit of DIY, but also I want her to do a bit of sailing, and for her to take Serenity, my lovely Mirage 28 boat out. So certainly for the rest of 2025, it's mainly going to be the motorcycle camping stuff. I've got a few trips, I've already had one. 2026, I'm hoping to get Serenity back in the water. I need to finish the DIY work on her, and then a few sort of UK travels. And then after that, who knows? But very nearly about something, because I don't know what something will be. I'll try and make it obvious from the sort of thumbnail what's going on. But let's just have a look through the last 10 years, starting with sailing stuff, DIY sailing stuff, Lucy, my daughter, helping me out. When I was really ill and during lockdown, I couldn't actually even climb the ladder to get up in the boat to do stuff. So I focused on doing a bit of woodwork, getting my woodworking skills up, which was zero, so I could refit the galley, which I haven't yet done. I need to finish my, tried to do a water tank out of HDPE, that failed. I still want to do the HDPE welding. And then I bought myself a little Honda motorcycle, 250 motorcycle, just as I was beginning to feel better, because I wasn't even expecting to be able to ride it. Then I could ride it, and I thought, wow, hang on, here's an idea. Bought myself a Royal Enfield Himalayan, and anyway, watch the video, and I'll catch you at the end. A lovely Mirage 28, never even heard of them before, kind of came across it by accident. Exactly the right size, I thought ideal for single-handed sailing, but also big enough as a liveaboard. She's got plenty of space inside, there's no doubt about that. I could literally do this all day. Actually, I'm going to do this all day. I don't have a choice. I am going to do this all day. I do sometimes have to move though, because this rope here, I sort of, if I need to adjust the steering, I just pull sort of a centimetre and it adjusts the sea feather. So it's not all laziness, you know, I am actually doing a bit of graft here. And it's just delightful. Gosh, this is actually what it's supposed to be like. It's not always, but it just when it happens, it's just great. Right, okay, that was that was interesting.
Defying interest. Oh God, we're all gonna die. This is the captain. We have a little problem with our entry sequence, so we may experience some slight turbulence and then explode.
It started hailing, and then all of a sudden, and I mean instantly, the winds just went up from whatever they were at, I don't know, 15 or something, to 33. Bang! That was, and then the waves kind of started to follow suit. Now I don't know if I managed to capture anything because I quickly shoved the, well, I sorted out the line. I pulled in some head sail first, which was difficult actually. I had to put it around the winch and do that, and kind of just kept going. I took over from the Sea Feather, but I don't think I really needed to. And then I kind of gave control back. Right. Very scary. Did I mention this was quite scary? So, this is where doing that extra bit of work along the top, I hope, really pays off, because there's no fiddling about. So this is where I wanted to be about halfway through the first video, by the way. So this is video number 4, and it will be the final one, because if this doesn't work, I'm going to go out and buy a rudder. Right, so here we are about 25 minutes in, and there is foam coming out the holes, which is great. There's quite a lot of foam coming out the holes, because what I did is I calculated the volume without taking the tangs into account, because as I said during the first test, I was not going to be short on this stuff. Now what is pleasing me particularly is that it is coming out the holes, and it's not coming out of the joins. Right, so what it needs is minimum of 40 degrees for 6 hours. I've given it 12 hours, and let's see what the temperature has been. Right, so current temperature is 44, max was 46, minimum was 28.8, which is what I put it in at, so that's absolutely perfect. Right, so this is slightly precarious. Actually, it's not precarious, but it looks a bit precarious. This is hung up, that's all been sanded down. Ready for about 4, 5 or possibly 6 coats of epoxy. I might show you some of that, but it's literally just putting some epoxy on, waiting for it to go tacky, putting another coat on. Let's just roll it on. I've had to come inside to film this last bit because the wind noise was getting really bad, and the battery on my microphone went down, which is why there's a bit of wind noise in this thing. But anyway, here we go. We are finished. That is the rudder done. As I say, more coats of this stuff going on. I will be putting it on the boat soon. It's not perfect, but I'm pretty chuffed with that. I think that's going to be pretty solid. Did I say all the crawling around was over yesterday, the painful bit? No, it wasn't, but now I've put the insulation stuff around the conduit that goes out to the cabin. I've put the exhausts on properly, in as much as I've put the exhaust paste on and tightened them up. I've put the inlet tube in temporarily. I haven't attached that silver foil. That's the sort of heat reflective stuff that you normally put underneath a car bonnet. That's not glued on because I'm going to make some changes. So this really is sort of first fix. Yeah, that's a lot of wasted heat actually, because there's a lot of heat coming out of there. But that is a lot of heat. I better go and actually have a look and see what the pipes are doing inside. I think they're alright. Yeah, that's stonking hot. That's really, really hot. Here's the ultimate test. Will it blow a glove up? And yes, it will. You know, that's the it's obviously where to test these. That's really quite hot coming out there. As I say, I think I probably got it turned on maximum.
Why is it stopping quickly? Seriously? Might just do it? And I don't like it. It's really hot in this boat.
It's ridiculously hot in this boat at the moment, isn't it?
Everything's open. I'm not.
Yeah, no, I know. I noticed.
I'm not in a sauna. Well, I am in a sauna, but.
Good for you. So you're going to actually finish the sanding today, aren't you?
Yeah, I've got to do.
You've got to do just that bit.
And that's it. And then I was going to hoover today, because otherwise I'll be too lazy to do it tomorrow.
And what about doing the acetone?
I'll do that tomorrow.
Yeah. This is heavy. Come on then, you were confident.
I'm not confident anymore.
How much does that weigh?
23 kilograms.
23 kilograms.
I do it like completely over it.
Stand back and look for leaks. Yeah, there's one here.
There's one here.
Big one.
Oh, that might
That
be
was
me.
you.
You wanted something done well, then why did you hire me?
Right, I have definitely used up my brain quota for today. You can see that all fits together quite nicely, slightly looser as I say. There's some joints that I need to sort of finesse. There's that little groove around the back. This is the first fitting I am feeling, I don't know if I'm optimistic, pessimistic or what. But I don't think I could have done that any more accurately. Well, it's certainly not, it's certainly tight. Oh, that's going to be too tight, isn't it? Oh, I don't know. I don't want to just bash this in too hard, but says he bashing it in too hard. And then with a very dodgy camera angle, just to prove it wasn't a fluke, we do the same again. And you are left with some useful offcuts. Which will be used later. Let's pretend that this is all the way at this sort of adjustment here. So what I'm doing is I'm actually reaching in from the outside of the crankcase, and I'll show you this in another clip. What you actually do is you undo this bolt here. Right, I'm just holding this so it doesn't slip too quickly. You undo this, and then the spring tension moves the cam down there, but as you can see, it's gone to the absolute maximum. I have to say, the suspension, oh, I'm standing up. Why buy a bike if you're going to stand up? The whole point of a bike is to have a seat on it, isn't it? So as if by magic, I am here at Little Switzerland campsite. The Himalayan is there, the tent is there, the cookie stuff is there. This is actually the second day. I didn't film anything yesterday. I was so hot. So there we are. That's a few things from the last 10 years. It was impossible to do anything that was really kind of representative because this is the bits and pieces. It really is just a video diary of stuff that I do, and that's what it will be for the next. If you want to subscribe to it, I do try and get back and comment. Any comments, I do try and get back to people. So if you've got any questions or anything, then do put a comment below and I will get back to you. So my name is Paul. This is Very Nearly About Something. Glad to have you aboard. If you've lasted this far on this video, I wish I could give you a prize or something, because I'm not sure I would have done. Anyway, have a nice rest of your day, what you're doing. Sit down and have a cup of tea after watching all that.